Hi friends, so in this video we are going to discuss about NumPy model in Python, correct? So NumPy usually it will be used to create the array, and it may be used to give the array operations in Python, right? So usually already we have list data structure in Python, so that also provide the array kind of operations. But so here NumPy will provide the different set of operations, and same time it have many advantages over list in Python. Okay, so first one, so you can say that NumPy is a Python library. That is the first point you should remember. And otherwise, how you can call Python as a in Python NumPy is a package, correct? So it may be called in the short form you can call that numerical Python. So numerical Python may be called as a NumPy in a short form, right? Okay, so then a core library for the scientific computing. This is also another point you should remember, right? So these are the things, it's a basic information about the NumPy in Python. And same time NumPy uses the very less memory to store the data. So this is another added point with the NumPy. And same time it provides a high performance multi-dimensional array object. You can call it as a n-dimensional array object, right? It provides the tools for that. What are the functions you need to do with the n-dimensional array? So that tools also it's available with the NumPy. And same time in what form it's available now? In rows and columns, in the form of rows and columns. This multi-dimensional array object is available. This is called NumPy, right? Okay, so how you can include this NumPy to your program? So you need to use the keyword import and the NumPy keyword. If you're using this one, automatically you can include this model to your program, and same time you can use number of functions related to NumPy. That is the first one. And another one, this is another way you can use the alias format, right? You can use NumPy as NP, right? So this in this way also you can include NumPy into your program, NumPy model into your program. So what is the use of this NP now? So it will reduce the keyword size, that's all. Instead of NumPy you can refer. So while you are referring, so this will reduce the complexity in namespace, right? So this is the major advantage of NP in while you are using the NumPy in your program. Then another question you may be getting, that what is the major difference between this NPy and the list? Because already in the initially I have mentioned that list is also provides the kind of a data structure. Then it's same you can use it as a array in Python, right? Then what is the major difference between these two things, right? List and the NumPy, right? So here you can see that difference between NumPy and the list. So here these are the three major points you need to remember. So NumPy occupies very less memory to store the data. This is the first point. And second one, because of the very less memory, and same time the data will be stored continuously. So accessing the data will be very quick, right? And the performance also will be high, right? And convenient, right? Usage also, and using the model inside your program is very convenient in NumPy. So that's why we are always try to use NumPy in Python for array kind of operations, right? So then here I'm able to show you some of the example. So first ones I'm going to create the list. So here I have given the list name list1 is equal to, and I have elements, items, number of items are 10. So this is how I can create the list in Python. And same way, how can I use the NumPy? Then how can I create the array in NumPy using NumPy? So this is the format, simple format. So array1 is equal to np dot array. Then inside, array is also a keyword, right? So inside the open bracket and close bracket, and the square bracket open and the square bracket close. Within that I can add number of elements, that is the number of items inside the array. So this is the simple form of implementation, or you can remember what is how you can implement list and how you can implement array using NumPy, right? So in the coming session, so we are going to discuss with a coding example how we can implement list and how we can implement this NumPy for array operations, right? Then how we so we can compare it also. So how the indexing operations will work with the list, and how the indexing operations will work with NumPy, that is array using NumPy. So all these things we will see one by one. correct? One is list, and second one is array using NumPy, right? Okay, so for that I need to include, if I want to implement array in my program, so I need to include NumPy model into my program. So for that, import NumPy, right? So this is the first one, so I can include NumPy into my NumPy model into my program. And second one is import. So this is another way I can include NumPy into my program, right? So for that first one, I'm going to take two different things. One is list one. This is the list I'm going to add it in my program, and array one, right? These are the two different data structures I'm going to add it. First one is the list and second one is the array. So if I want to include array, so list. So this is the easy way. List one is the list name, right? So after that I need to include the items into that, right? So for that 1, 2, then these are the 10 items into my list, right? Then I should create array, and here array name I have given. After that np dot, I need to use the short that is alias, then np dot array is a keyword. After that I need to include the items into that. So for that 11, 12, 13 like that, I'm adding nearly 10 items into that, right? Okay, so now I have created two different things, and this is the list and this is the array, right? So we'll see that while I'm printing how it will be printed, right? Print list one, right? This is the first one, and second one is print, right? Okay, so here I'm just clearing. Okay, so now if I'm executing the program, automatically both list and array are printed here, right? And same time we need to understand that, so in the initial time I have mentioned that, so there is a difference between data storage of list and data storage in array is different, right? So for that, so I'm going to print the how data will be stored in the memory, right? So here 10 items are there, so I'm going to get the size of this list and length of the list, right? So both I'm going to get it, and I'm going to calculate the that is how much memory will be utilized for list. And here I have system, so for that I need to use one more model, that is import system, right? This model need to be included, so then only I can use this particular keyword here, right? Then get the size of 10, right? If I want to store 10 elements or 10 items, how much it will come, how much memory will be used, right? For that, right? Example, if I'm printing this one, as well as I'm going to take one more thing that is related to array, right? So here I'm calculating the array size with the array items, right? Number of items. If I'm printing both, so you can see that, right? See, while I'm using the list, how much memory spaces may be required. If I'm using the list, how much memory size may be required, right? So this is the major difference between list and the array. Okay, so now say example, one more thing, if I wanted to print any one element from the list or any one element from the array, so this is how I can print it. Example 3, and here also 3. So this is called indexing in array and list, right? So example, if I'm printing is automatically this is the fourth element will be printed, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, right? This is the fourth element of list, and here also in the array also 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth element can be printed. So then one more thing, if I wanted to print in a particular format, right, stepwise, right, from one set of elements alone I wanted to print. So for that, what I can do it, so I can give that start and end. So where I need to start, from which element or which item need to be started, need to be displayed, and which from up to which element it need to be printed, right? So for that, here I'm just giving that my the display need to be started from 1, right? And it need to be displayed up to 8th element, right? Or 8th item. And same way here also I'm seeing that 1 and here 8, right? So we'll see that how list and array will be printed here, right? See that same. It starts from the first element and it goes up to the 8th element, right? So if you're checking here, this will be the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Up to 8th element it will go, but it won't include the 8th element, right? So before the 8th element, it will be printed, right? Now, example, if I wanted to use the reverse indexing, right? Reverse indexing in list and reverse indexing in array. So we'll see that. So reverse indexing means I can print it from the last element to first element, right? So if I'm using -1, it need to print the last element of the list and same time last element of the array, right? So if I'm executing, automatically you can see that. So last element in the list is 10 and last element in the array is 20, right? So this is how you can print the or display the last element from the list and array using the reverse indexing, right? So example, one more point we can discuss, right? That is, if I wanted to print one particular set of element in stepwise, right? Example, every other element or every element or every other element, like that I can give, right? So for that I need to give that starting, that is my display need to start from 0th element up to how many elements I need to print. So up to 8th element I need to print it. Then how many steps I require? So every other element, right? So 2, right? Same way here I am going to use it 0, that is a starting, and end is 8th element up to 8 elements. Then step is 2. So we'll see that how it will be printed, right? Here you can see that. So my total number of elements are 10, right? It's so here what which one I need to display? I need to display from 0th element. So the display is starting from the 0th element, but up to how many which element it need to go up to 8th element, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So up to 8th element it will go, but it will not include the 8th element. So up to this particular element, 7th item, it will be printed, right? So now here up to from 1 to 8, so my number of steps are 2. So every other element will be printed. So here 1 need to be printed, then 3 need to be printed, then 5 need to be printed, then 7 need to be printed, but 9 will not be included. Same way here in the array, so 11 will be printed, 13 will be printed, then 15 will be printed, and 17 will be printed, but 19 will not be included. So this is how indexing will work related to the list as well as with the array using NumPy. So in the coming videos, we will discuss number of operations related to the array, so we can compare with the list operations. Thank you.